Do you want to? We want to rip the Band-Aid off with UFC 314.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Nothing you can hide from.
Right.
Mike he got dominated that fight. Paddy Pimblett looked incredible.
Yeah.
He looked poised for the moment. He looks like he's in a great time situation for how that weight class looks, a little aged, but he did. It's like if you look at all of Mike's fights against all these top-ranked opponents, Paddy Pimblett has looked the best against Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
It was tough, man. It was tough to watch because that's our boy.
Yeah, it's our guy.
It's like Missouri boy. He's like a brother to us, and you're nervous for him for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You see Bree, his wife, and his son Hap walking in the arena with him. Like, you're fired up, but your juices are flowing. It like reminds me of when I was watching Cody back with all of his big wrestling matches. You're just nervous. You're like moving with the screen.
You want to be in there with him.
Yeah.
And there's a level of guilt that I have too because we're obviously in the middle of spring tour right now. We just went to Oregon. We're going to Michigan tomorrow. And like we had this small little time with the family, but even on Saturday morning, Taylor and I we should be in Miami right now to be supporting the Chandlers. And so you just don't want your boy to ever go to war alone. And I just watching him walk out, like Paddy Pimblett, when he walked out of the tunnel, looked loose, looked ready to go. Like he was just having a good time, being like his charismatic self that people love him for and also hate him for. But then as soon as he gets in the octagon, it's like he's doing the Alex Pereira stare down. He seems so locked into the moment when he's had that big gap between fights. And it just, he just seemed like he was more prepared, seemed like he had a better game plan, and he seemed like he executed that game plan just a little bit better. It sucks saying that about your boy, but you got to look at the film and realize, and Mike would be sitting here right now saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, Mike doesn't shy away from the truth ever. And it's unfortunate, but it is also the reality we're living in right now. So you just wonder like, what's next for Mike?
The most heartbreaking part of the fight was when Mike, I don't know which round it was, but he goes back to his corner. They're like, Mike, you got to start going side to side, get out of the way.
Right. Stop going straight ahead.
And he's like, I can't find the distance. I can't get close. And so then it goes over to Paddy's corner, and Paddy's coaches say, hey, he's going slow. And you just hear Paddy go, yeah, he's a bit old, isn't he? And then it cuts away. I was like, oh my gosh.
Damn, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
He looked good, man. Like I've enjoyed watching Paddy. Like when he came into the UFC, like all of his fights, he's somebody that's like a superstar in the media too because he has that incredible accent. But I've always enjoyed following him. But he was on that night, bro.
He was in flow state.
I would have loved to seen him against anybody in the division that night.
Yeah,
just because it feels like he's
wins.
primed for that stage, and you're going to get to see if his skill set will carry over. Because you would assume he's going to get a big opportunity in his next fight.
Yeah. I didn't hear that soundbite. Like when I'm watching this fight, I'm in my that room with that big couch. I'm kind of like, I'm walking around. I'm like looking, I'm trying to like move with him. I'm like so invested in it. And Taylor's just sitting on the couch, like chilling on our phone. I'm just like, it's tough, man.
I wonder too, and this is just full speculation on my end, because seeing Mike's knee in the fight in December and then to fight in April, it all seems so fast to me for somebody his age that, I mean, I would never make an excuse. He would never make an excuse. But I am curious about like his body and if he was 100% or he just really couldn't find the distance, because we didn't see any of the explosiveness that you usually see in the Mike fights.
Right. Because when he's sitting the pre-fight press conferences, and he's like, I'm going to find that chin. I'm going to find it fast. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this is going to be different than the Oliveira fight.
Yeah.
And he kind of came out similar to the Oliveira fight where he's like playing more in a defensive stance.
Right.
And, you know, he gets a couple of good takedowns. He does the whole body, throws him to the ground. It's like, all right. And I know that boy can wrestle too. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't seem like he could find a flow in that fight. And obviously we're not fighters. We don't necessarily know the ins and outs, but he just seemed uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In the octagon.
Last thing for me on Mike, where he does need his credit, the way that he's able to defend on the ground is so insane to me. Like, I cannot believe Paddy didn't tap him out.
In the last two fights, it was Oliveira too. It's like he's in these bad situations and he just gets out
every single time. Oh, Mike's giving up his back. And it's like, he's the only fighter that can just roll over. Everybody else is going to get tapped out, but he can roll over, give up his back, and he knows he's going to be fine. Which is so an insane skill.
Yeah.
My question too, because again, I have no clue. Like, I know some surface level stuff, but when he's mounted and gives up his back, it's like, what else can you do in that situation? Because the dude was starting to throw bombs on him.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're
he's
defending like the only
6,
thing.
Like,
I feel like the only thing you can do is just roll to the other side unless you can get
just
some bridge
rolling.
that kind of bounces him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's just, is just tough.
Yeah, it was hard, man. And it sucks too because the octagon, it's like, it's one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And when that's happening, and obviously you got all the external noise, everybody commenting on the fight and everything else, but when you lose in the octagon, bro, it has to be such like a lonely feeling, whatever your conversation is with yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'll shoot him a text, brother, I love you, keep your fucking head up. You kind of don't know what to say, and you know everybody's going to be texting him, but it's, you know, as a competitor, like when you just had a bad showing, like you don't care to hear about any of the noise, anything else. You're just so disappointed in how it unfolded. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're your own harshest critic too.
Yeah.
Like you walk in and immediately, I mean, I don't know what his mental state was right after the fight. He got beat up pretty good, but like you're literally replaying the fight over and over and over in your head. Like I could have done this different and that different. And everyone's going to have like, you know, the big broad statements of you lost in this way. But he is probably looking at every single detail being like, I know exactly where I went wrong. It's so easy to fix those problems after the fact.
Yeah.
And it's just tough, man.
Don't write him off though. Don't write him off.
Don't write him off. Chael Sutton.
Tip of the cap to Paddy though.
After all the fights and everything, Chael Sutton, you know, there was a lot of back and forth of like, was that the last time we see Michael Chandler? Obviously, Mike's the one that made that decision, but Chael Sutton's like, they rushed him out of the octagon pretty fast. I'm thinking it was a medical thing.
Right.
But Chael's like, if this is the last time we see Michael Chandler, you would have hoped, you know, to give him the credit he deserves. I have no idea if that's his last fight.
I mean,
I have
no shot. As a fan, no shot. That's his last fight.
Right?
From the business aspect, where would he go from here?
I don't know. That's something that's Hunter.
You know what I mean? Because
Hunter.
He's been in the
Hunter,
fights.
Tell us, what's he going to do
next? He's been in
next?
the fights with like top 5 guys to where he's kind of always set up or positioned well. Like if he comes out on top, he'll have like a better shot at potentially going after the belt. But now that he's dropped a few, and especially in the fashion that he did against Paddy, it's almost like where would he go that even at his age too would even be worth it for him? Yeah. You know what I mean?
How you position him. How do you, like, for Dana or Hunter, like, sell him in a fight where it's like, yeah, but he keeps losing, like,
right,
to your point, like,
even for Mike too, it's like, you know, being realistic about where the category might be to where you fight next at his age and what he's already accomplished. Like, what is even worth going back into the octagon?
Someone asked Dana, and he was like, you know, like, no matter what fight it is, who he's fighting, like, he's gonna show out.
Yeah.
So, like, Dana obviously believes in him. So, like, there is that good thing that Mike's a showman and always puts on.
Right. But having him on the bus, knowing what he puts into it and knowing the sacrifice now that his family's bigger and everything else, he's going to put on a show. But to put on that show, you have to go in this space mentally for 8 to 12 weeks that he always does. It's like, even as Mike's sitting there again, I'm sure he'll be on the bus at some point. But what even at that point, what becomes worth it to put on that type of show if you're not going to be getting a shot that's kind of close in that realm? Because now he's gone through enough fights to where I don't know where he'll be ranked, but would he even get a shot against an opponent that he feels like a worthy opponent?
And just from like from Dana's statement of being like, hey, every fight we put him in, it's an absolute show. Like this fight we looked at, this was not a performance of like Mike Chandler where you're like, holy shit, like you can see the victories. Like the Oliveira fight, like he lost those first 4 rounds and then came back in that 5th round and he won that 5th round, however it was too far gone by that point. But at the end when he's doing, you know, landing him on his back and he's like showing something like, yo, this is why you watch a Michael Chandler fight. Objectively speaking, there was nothing in that fight where you're like, this is why you watch a Michael Chandler fight. And so something just seemed like maybe it was the knee, maybe it was something mental, but like something was definitely off with Mike.
In the lightweight division, I think a fun fight would be Fiziev. They wouldn't be like main events, but it would be on a pay-per-view and it would be in the main card. And Fiziev is still good. Like he's a fun, exciting fighter that has quality losses and quality wins, which I think would be a banger fight.
Yeah.
You know I'm getting sick of? Conor McGregor. Yeah. I'm getting sick. I'm interested in the Paddy Pimblett. Like, bro, you just said you're running for like Ireland's president, whatever y'all have over there.
I think he's got a gambling sponsor.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Paddy probably don't want to fight Conor. He's got bigger.
I wonder
things.
who Paddy's going to go against next. Again,
Taporia, right?
He wants to fight Taporia, but I don't know, man. I think I would love to see him fight Dustin Poirier, even though the big thing is Dustin versus Justin right now.
Yeah.
But I think Dustin Poirier, like in his last fight, I feel like Poirier would want it because to put the gloves down after beating the guy that the UFC is trying to push to the title would be the ultimate Dustin Poirier ending to his story.
Yeah.
Is like he never really got that unified belt, but he for sure isn't gonna let some new guy step over him to go get it.
Right, and he's on a how much winning streak? Eight fight win streak.
He dismantled that guy
Paddy.
from France last year in Miami.
Yeah.
Dismantled him. So
Because like I know our bias on the bus, it's like something could be off with Mike, but I don't want it to take away from how good of a performance Paddy had.
yeah, Paddy was incredible.
Because I am excited to see who he might get paired up with next. Because he looked good, man. He looked in shape. He didn't, he was doing interviews before the fight on the whole
Huge.
fatty Paddy.
And if he took his minimal day, like maybe we see him quickly.
Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah, his accent, he's got to have.
Justin.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask JP, was that Paddy's like typical weight class that he fights in? Because he looked massive.
he did look
huge.
big.
He
bro.
looked good.
It looked crazy. In there.
Yeah.
Those rows too.
Yeah.
And how long? He hadn't fought in what, 2 years? Was it?
Yeah. 2 years, I think.
And he didn't blow up the way he has in the past.
Right.
Because what they're talking about is the
He's
whole
got his
fatty
twins
Paddy
now.
stuff, Paddy the fatty. Yeah. And who knows if in his mind he knows this is a moment to where he could capitalize, and maybe his focus is just on a different.
Yeah,
Well, he's 30
Dana
years
was saying in the
old.
post press conference, like he was like, everything's all about timing, and Paddy seems like he's finding the timing right now. Because you watch that fight, and because people were saying Paddy's like it's like a gimmick, it's all like no one was taking Paddy seriously, but after that fight, you take him seriously because it was impressive. It was impressive.
I mean, he's 30 years old, so you got to figure like these next 3 years, 3 to 4 years that's when you have to go all in.
You got to go.
You have to lock in.
Right.
Yeah.
John Silva, dude.
I love that fucking guy.
He is incredible.
Hey, when he's next to Bruce Buffer, just starts barking in the mic.
Yeah, barking in the mic.
This dude's a psycho, and then he's barking at every chance he gets. And then when he chokes Buddy out, Bryce Mitchell out, and dude's like eyes open, unconscious, and he's standing over him barking him, like that is Old Testament.
Dude was convulsing.
Savage, yeah.
He choked him out so fast too. Like he
was like playing around with him. It seemed like in the beginning.
Well, even
just
in the first round, like
smiling.
he walked out there. He's talking shit. He's moving away from all the punches, like also taking minimal damage, and just fucked Buddy up.
4 straight
Fucked him
finishes.
up, bro.
And I guess this dude, Silva was like begging for this fight. Got the fight. It was basically, I'm gonna kill this guy when we get in the ring. And
Looks so easy.
the moment seemed way too big for Bryce Mitchell. Like Bryce felt the pressure that Silva was like coming in relaxed, like a man on a
and the
mission.
pressure he's probably created for himself with all the
he said some
all the
dumb
podcasting
shit.
and stuff.
He said some stupid shit.
You saw Dave Portnoy out there.
Yes,
with the yarmulke
that
on.
is all fucking time.
Trolling him.
Just screaming at him, Nazi.
Yeah.
That is
Nazi.
That is
Nazi.
crazy.
The corner looks back at him. He's like, "You're a Nazi."
Yeah, but Bryce, he made his bed, and Silva put him to sleep in it.
Hey, JP, is Silva? I was seeing too. It's like Bryce Mitchell was ranked like 11th or something like that. Like, is Silva not ranked?
Yeah, I don't think he is ranked. That was his first time fighting another ranked fighter or fighting a ranked fighter, but he's gonna be ranked now because his 3 fights before this, he won them all by knockout.
Yeah.
And now he gets this submission.
Dude, he looked good, man.
He looks
looked
amazing.
Great.
Insanely confident, relaxed, smiling.
Flow. It just
Kind of
looks
picking
flow.
the way he was
Yes.
going to beat him.
Yeah.
It just
It'll
seemed
be
like he was
fun.
sparring, just having a good time. He was practicing out there on Bryce Mitchell.
On the on FanDuel, I had Silva for a KO or TKO in every round because the odds were awesome.
Yeah,
And every time he got close to submitting, I'm like, no, fucking.
dude, I had Silva in every round to win in that round.
You did it smarter.
Yeah, I
You
did.
did it way smarter.
I got him plus 500 in the second round.
Taylor, so it was me, Taylor, and Clay. We were texting the group chat kind of how some of these fights would go, talking about what bets we're going to put in. Shout out FanDuel. And after the first round, it was like Silva to win in round 1, Silva to win in round 2, all the way through. And it was like plus 300, 500, 700. And Silva has the performance that he does in the first round. Taylor's in the group chat thinking if he just wins the first round, like by points.
Yeah, that's what I thought it
he put
was.
like
I
a
was like,
plus
oh,
300
shit.
odds just
So
to win the first
I'm in the group
round.
chat like, hey, you guys thought he won that, right? Like you thought he won that, and then
Like,
Will
was
brings
like
to my
10-9.
attention that hey, it's to win, like it's over in that round.
Yeah,
Like,
he ends in the
because
first
I thought
round.
I was hit a nice little plus 300 right there. I'm like
The favorite to win
refreshing
in
the
the-
app
yeah.
to see my settled bets. Like, got
The
him.
favorite to win by points in the
Yeah.
first round plus 300.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
Yeah, that'd be
But
so
when he
funny.
won in the second, I was kind of hoping to go to the third.
Yeah, I mean, look at this dude just barking over him.
Yeah.
Buddy is compulsive.
Barking, and he
tap-
put the
it
what are they
was
called?
quick.
Fight nerds.
Quick.
What are they called? Fight nerds.
What's that?
the glasses after
The
the,
glasses.
fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's like
yeah.
a group of them that all wear the glasses with the little thing in the
Yeah.
in the middle. But yeah, dude, he was incredible. And then Volk and Lopez.
I didn't even. I'll be honest.
Dude,
I didn't watch the
But
fight.
real quick, the
I
Yari
hopped on PUBG and I was
Pitbull fight.
just-
Yair
Chandler
Rodriguez
losing.
looked nice.
Bro, he looked insane.
And Pitbull came over from Bellator or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
and the moment was way too big.
Way too
Those
big.
lights turned on, and he got stiff.
But just the size difference and seeing Rodriguez throw those kicks, it's like, because Taylor before the fight, he's like, hey, I'm sprinkling some on Pitbull.
Yeah.
And then when they both started, I haven't seen either of them fight, but when they both started and Rodriguez was throwing those kicks, I'm like, Taylor took this little cat.
Yeah, because Clay's in there like, I like Pitbull's punches, blah, blah, but Yair, he can kick. And I'm thinking, I'll just do this Pitbull
He's
guy.
way too fast.
No idea what the guys even looked like.
Bro.
Then Yair comes in.
He's fun.
This dude, he looked like he was my height.
Yeah.
He is insanely
Yeah.
tall.
He's
he
fun
was
to
just
watch.
towering over this cat, and he was fluid, man.
Yeah.
He's like a rubber band out there. The way he was kicking, he was smooth. But he just put that kid apart. But the main event, Volk and Lopez. And we were talking last week about, hey, because we seen Lopez at the Sphere, and he was
Right.
nice. He was like whoever he fought before, he like crushed him. And then this fight's like Volk's getting old. Lopez, he might be the up and comer guy. This is a championship. Whoever wins this gets the belt. Volk looked nasty. He looked like the age was nothing to him.
Like nothing, dude. I think it was so cool because Diego did get better as the fight went on a little bit, but it just shows the difference in that experience makes for these guys.
Right.
Because Diego just kind of flies around out there, throws so fast, kind of throws wild, throws these weird like
These paw print
like paw punches, and you could see Volk. Most other fighters Diego probably beats, but Volk just understands the moment and knows how to fight. And it was just, man, it made me so happy because Volk's one of my favorite fighters, and to see him just do his thing. He almost got rattled a few times, but
he did get rattled a couple times. I mean, he was stepping backwards when he got banked that one time and went to the ground. But like those first 2.5, 3 rounds, like Volk was owning Lopez and throwing shots that like, shout out Lopez's chin.
yeah,
He was
he's
taking
young.
some crazy shots and would not go down, because I did the same thing. Volk to win in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and didn't do the decision. And after that first round, I was sitting there like, oh yeah, this is another solid fucking bet.
Yeah,
And sure enough, dude, he just kept standing there, and then he started to get Volk a little bit. Like if that was 7 rounds,
right.
I mean, Lopez probably comes out and wins that thing.
Oh,
or he starts in the third.
Yeah,
He starts that way in the first. Like Lopez probably wins because
Dude.
he's just taking shots
I
in the
love,
face and eating them and moving forward. It was crazy.
at the end though, when he's like telling Volk to stand in the middle and swing with
Volk's
him, it's
like,
like,
"Fuck it, yeah, fuck that."
why would he ever do that?
You thinking about Max Homa?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Holloway. Motherfucker belt.
Holloway, yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
Homa's the
Yeah.
golfer, but Max Holloway, they stand there in the middle and go toes, him and Gaethje.
Yeah.
But if I'm Volk, I'm like, fuck that. I
And
got
Volk
this thing in
did.
the
He was
bag.
like, he like pointed, and then he just kind of kept going
yeah,
around.
yeah. Toyed with him a little
Yeah.
bit. And I loved Volk's post-game press conference. Like, adversity is a gift.
Privilege.
That was a fucking bar, man.
Yeah, he
The way
did.
he
So
was talking.
him and Adesanya give like the best post-fight press conference.
And then
Or-
Australian accent, too.
Yeah.
He says it, and you're just kind of like, it just means a little bit more with that accent.
Yeah.
It means a little bit more. So it
Great
was
card.
solid, dude.
Great card.
I know. Yeah, I was trying to hit the reverse psychology with that Lopez tweet saying like, oh, he's got a cement chin, hoping that next round he get banked. But yeah, man.